Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So we are going to be discussing the No Kings protests and some information that I received, and we're going to check with the lead team to see how accurate this information is, entertainment purposes only, and allegedly. This information comes from 4951 with James Lee. It's a YouTube video that a YouTube person, a channel that I watch. So far, I find him to really show like different sides of the story, and he brings receipts. And now, do I dig into the receipts? No. Right now, I am trusting him to be, tell me the truth. So until that happens, so if anybody has any like countering information, definitely let us know in the comments. But what we're going to talk about is some information. He's just exploring what he's just noticing some things about the No Kings protests that I think is helpful for us to be aware of. All right. Because one of the things we're working on is in society is we have to get to if we are ever going to deal with all these systems that are going to be breaking and go and build to a better place. If we don't get to and we stay with you and us, or you versus me, we're never going to get to that place. All right. But what it looks like is the No Kings protest is being supported by companies that want to keep us versus them. It's to their benefit to keep us divided. All right. So it's not, the people's fault for showing up. I almost went. I went to one already, but this is just to help us decide with clarity where we want to put our energy going forward. All right. And that doesn't mean you don't want to go, because maybe it's a very fulfilling experience for you, but it's helpful to know that there's other sides to be, some more information to be considering. So James, basically, so this is kind of what he talked about, and I will list his video below. All right. So people are being asked to RSVP through the Mobilize app, which I have done. I have put my name on there. People are being asked to identify themselves politically. So, we're already identified. We vote, right? So we're already identified, but it's still interesting. It's interesting to think about. Mobilize is owned by a private equity company. Mobilize is owned by Apex Partners. Apex Partners also owns most of Saget Investment House. So we've got the finances side of the triangle, of the behind the scenes. We've got the finance people. So we've been having this little series of clarity that maybe I should call it the clarity series or something, but just where I'm trying to get clear on what's going on. I'll remind you that one of the things we talked about was you basically have these three groups that are controlling the world. All right, three systems that are controlling the world. You have the finance, the military industrial complex, who's loving it right now, and the tech. All right. Well, the Democrats support the finance area. Hence, who is supporting the No Kings, right? Who's showing up to the No Kings protests? The Democrats. That's who's supporting, who's funding it, who's mobilizing people. They're the ones the finance area is who's mobilizing. Here we thought it was just like someone who like really cared about America. No, it's the finance area. The Republicans, hence why some of the wars, not that all the, most of the wars start under the Republicans, is because they are funded and supported by the industrial military complex. Boom, boom, boom. And they do work together, but they have their issues, right? So, I mean, what can you say? So Apex Partners owns most of Saget Investment House. A protest may not stay independent when registration is required. This is what James is talking about. Millions of people showed up across the country, which is awesome in theory. The movement may not be fully spontaneous. Obviously, it wasn't. It was organized. We know that. A large network of organizations helped organize the protest. But again, who did you think was organizing it? This 50-51 movement, right? You think, that's cool. Like there was just, I actually had that thought, like, how did a few people just like get this thing going? That's incredible. I literally thought it was like someone like me sitting in my family room and just decided to get this thing going. I don't think so. A large network of organizations is involved in this. The transcripts just names Arabella, Soros, Ford, Tides, Rockefeller, and Buffett. Okay, the finance area. These groups are described as major donors and organizers. Many of these groups also have ties to major industries, Wall Street, technology, and pharmaceutical interests appear throughout the network. The conflict of interest is that the same people funding the protests may also be benefiting from controlling it and keeping us divided. A protest against power may be guided by people who are already in power. The same donors may shape which messages are allowed. The same donors may help decide which issues stay hidden. Wealthy donors may have reasons for funding protest movements. The protests include photo contests and uploaded selfies. That was one of them. There was a contest. Upload your selfie with your picture and your poster, meaning what do you believe? What are you putting on your poster? That was a contest. Doesn't this make you how does this making you feel? A little more aware? Allegedly, is it true? That's what James dug up. Maybe dig it up further, ask your questions. We can do another video on this. Ask the lead team more questions once I get there, okay? So can you believe that? The protests include photo contests and uploaded selfies. Uploaded photos can become facial recognition data. Protest apps can collect names, emails, and locations. Mobilize says that information can be shared, that sharing may happen without a court order. The protests may also be creating a database. The same groups are connected to surveillance technology. Governments have used similar methods before. Past social media projects were used to track opinions. This may be another version of that same idea. Again, allegedly. It's just that some of that was a little speculative. People may be guided towards certain approved messages, so they know what kind of messages to keep sending you, because they know what to send me. So the question is like this 4951 from James, is he, I don't know. You have to question everything that's put in front of you right now. And because he's giving me alternative information, I'm actually glad about. Does it mean it's completely true? No, but that's why we're here today. We're going to find out. But that's how we have to just be so discerning now, assuming anything that's being put in front of me is guided that way for a reason. And it's benefiting someone who's in power. And then the other group, the us versus them, they're all being benefited by the other group. The other people in power are benefiting from them. They're very much benefiting from us staying divided. That's what I'm very clear on now, more than I've ever been my entire life. Very, very clear. So people may be guided towards certain approved messages. Some topics seem welcome and others do not. Opposition may be directed instead of heard. People may believe they are resisting while staying contained. Okay, what if a bunch of the signs had something to do with the G and the I countries? I'm pretty sure actually James showed some video of people being arrested, those people. So Oh, so are we really free to say what we want to say, or are the messages being guided? No kings was a way for us to, why isn't it the e-files? Why isn't it what's happening in G and now in Lebanon? Why isn't 5051 mobilizing around those issues? We got to ask ourselves those questions. They don't want us on those issues. And people who are bringing those up are being not this, but this behind the, you know. So it's crazy crap. It's crazy crap because it's new information to me, hopefully a year from now it'll be so clear. You'll be like, "Oh, okay. That's a joke. I'm not wasting my energy on that." That doesn't bring us to we. Everything we do right now has to be brought to we, especially if you want to go to the 5D. The 5D is going to be about we. The 3D is going to be us versus them. That's just how it's that easy. Or me versus them or whatever. The 5D is we. It's just really that simple. So the larger concern is not the protest itself. The people who showed up were lovely. The people who showed up had very good intentions. Of course, just like they would on the other side. They are lovely. They have very good intentions. All right. Remember, it's the conditioning we've all had. The larger concern is who benefits from organizing it. That is the concern. And for keeping us divided. All the stuff going on in the world right now is they have been able to get away with it this far because they kept us divided. The system may learn more from protests than change does. Real change may end up looking very different. Okay, so let's ask the lead team what's going on here. And I already did the law of challenge today because I've already recorded 2 videos. The first one I record in the day I do the law of challenge with you guys. So, all right, I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, lead team. How's it going? 3rd time today. All right. Thanks again for being here. So we've got a bunch of questions here regarding really just helping us get real clear on where to put our energy. Trying to develop a society of we. We are all one. Yes. Okay. All right. So you're open to answering these questions for us? Any concerns no? Am I safe in having this conversation with the community here? Yes. Okay. I'll ask Archangel Michael to put a bubble around, I think I already did, but around this entire conversation would be great. And only guide it towards people who would be helpful, for it to be helpful to know. Okay, thank you. Not, anyone in the light. Anyone in the light. Okay, thank you. All right. So question number 1, is requiring an app changing a protest into a form of tracking? Yes, allegedly in entertainment purposes only. But it's just logical sense, actually. It just makes logical sense, doesn't it? Anytime you put your information anywhere, that's just the way things are nowadays. Can a movement stay independent if registration is required? Yes, it can. Is this particular movement independent of major finance corporations? No. Wait till you listen to the video, you guys, especially at the end. Are the coordinators of this movement, the 50, 51, and no kings or whatever, Mobilize or Indivisible, are they Sponsored by the country of I. Yes. Sorry. It's just unbelievable. And this is, again, not, we got to be careful here because we don't want to create division, but it's good to know, again, what you're supporting and what you're putting your energy in. You just want to know. You just want to know so that, fine, if you want to support it, then that's fine. But we're all supporting stuff that we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. Okay. Are people more willing to share information when they feel emotional? Yes. In fact, let me tell you, I didn't go. Well, I didn't go to the last one, but I had already registered. But I did think to myself, well, if I don't go, at least my name will be on there and the number will show up. So, you know. Does a protest become easier to guide when organizers know who attends? Yes. Could photo contests, there was a photo contest, create a database without people realizing it? Yes, because it's based on, showing your support for this particular organization. Yes. Are uploaded photo contests more valuable than the signs people carry? Yes. Is the collection of facial data one hidden purpose of this particular movement? Yes. Is it because they want to know what they're dealing with here? Yes. They do not want this group of people forming with the other group of people who is funded by the other, the military complex. They don't want these two coming together as we. Once that happens, then, and that's, yes, okay, that's basically what just has to happen. It's the only way this is all going to change. They're saying yes. Okay. Let's see. Sorry. Are uploaded protest photos more valuable? We did that. Is the collection of facial data. Okay, sorry. I do lose what number I'm on. I should look at the numbers as I'm reading them. Okay. I know what number I'm on now. Number 8. Yeah, if I say it out loud, actually, that would help. 8. Could wealthy donors support protests because they help manage opposition? Yes. Number 9. Are some protest messages encouraged because they stay inside safe limits? Yes. Like no kings. Let's just keep talking about no kings instead of more important things like who's controlling our Congress and the e-files and the fact that most of America is completely broke. And let's not talk about those. Let's not have a movement on those because we're too busy joining their movement, right? Number 10, look at me saying the number. Can a protest appear leaderless while still being carefully organized? That's kind of, yeah, yes. I really did have that thought recently. Like, who is this? Who's behind this? Number 11, are people more likely to trust a movement when it feels spontaneous? Yes. Could the strongest public anger, number 12, be redirected away from deeper issues? Yes. Is that what's happening? Yes. Okay. Number 13. Are some political topics kept outside the protests on purpose? Yes. Number 14, does a controlled protest reduce the chance of real change? Yes. That makes me wonder because I've talked about this before, but in Wisconsin, there was a huge protest like for months around the state capitol. Every day, huge protests when they made huge changes to the education system here and they took away a ton of benefits from teachers, unions, all this kind of stuff. Was that protest organized for the same nefarious reasons? Yes. Did they know if they kept their energy going in that direction, that it would be impossible for it to lead to change? Did they know that? Yes, because then all of a sudden, after months, it just stopped. People got exhausted. They weren't organizing themselves, so it just stopped. And I always wondered about that. And here we are. Okay. They're saying yes. Oh, I forgot what number it was. Oh, that's funny. 15, I think. Could people believe they are challenging power while staying inside of it? Yes. Isn't this part of the waking up process? I totally understand the waking up process now. Number 16, are large organizations better at shaping movements than joining them? Yes. I don't like that. They're shaping the movement. 17, could a donor become a conflict of interest when they help fund both the system and the protest against it? What? Yes. I mean, this is unbelievable. It's almost, you almost have to just freaking laugh. It's unbelievable. It's yeah, the lead team's saying yes. Oh, beautiful cardinal squirrel just landed on the so bright because there's no leaves yet, but and then the cardinals are out right now and it's just they're bright red. It's unbelievable, you guys. We're onto them now though. Hey, and I always say the once I'm onto them, then everyone's probably onto them. I'm usually the last to know about these kind of things. It's like I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case. I hope this is the like you guys are all going, because like I said, once I'm onto them, or if you're like me, you're usually the last to know, then hopefully our community is the last to know because oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I keep going back to this comment that somebody had written, and thank you if you're still here. I doubt it. But I took it seriously. Like somebody was like, it's this kind of community that keeps this going. And I think they were talking about the division because we've been spiritually talking, but most of it's been about keeping us divided. The topics we've been exploring over the last year. So I don't feel shame about that. I just feel like, oh, okay, that was part of the process, But now I keep going back to that comment. It really made an impact on me. And ever since then, I've been really thinking about what do they mean by that? And, it's this community that keeps it going. And I'm like, oh, what does that mean? And now I'm understanding, which is good. Didn't take me long. I think I saw it like 3 weeks ago. So, but I really needed to think about that so that I'm not facilitating more division. I don't want to keep doing that. 16? Nope. 17? Nope. 18? Could private companies benefit, this is a no-brainer, benefit from learning who disagrees with them? Oh, yeah, for sure. They want to know how many people disagree with them. Yeah. 19, is the real value of these events the information they produce? Yes. Was that the same in Wisconsin? Yes. All right. Because then they knew what they were up against and then they were able to go after what they were up against, probably. Yes. All right. Isn't there anybody independent of these organizations who could get us organized, who know how to do it? Come on, there are, you guys. We have to figure out, who's going to do that? Someone's going to do it. There's got to be an organization that's independent of these behind the scenes, behind our governments, all of our governments, the finances, the tech, the industrial complex, the military industrial complex. We've got to figure that out. There's got to be There's got to be. There probably is many people. So they're saying yes, there are. Have there been many groups that have tried in the past? Yes. And have they been shut down by these? Yes. Yeah. All right. We're just going to have to, I think that's why we're going to have to let things collapse. To get to the restructure, we're going to have to let it just naturally. Yeah. All right. Well, we tried. We tried. Humans tried. Uh, is the real value of the events? Okay. 20. Are people being sorted into groups based on what they support? Yes. 21. Could the future use of this information matter more than the protest itself? Yes. 22. Is there a difference between public resistance and approved resistance? I don't know what that means. No. 23. Can a movement lose its purpose when too many outside interests join? Yes. So really, what did they gain? What did this last protest gain? That is the question. Besides the organizations, the investment firms, what did the people gain from this? I don't know. That's the question. You guys tell me. What do you know? Like, what do you think about this whole thing? Is there truth to this? What are your questions? What alternative ideas do you have? Let's keep exploring. I will pull your questions and your comments, see if we can do another episode based on your comments and your questions to explore more, okay? Just to keep getting down to the nitty-gritty of it. 25. Could the most important part of a movement be what it refuses to discuss? Yes. 26. Is the system stronger when people stay inside only two choices? No. So I think that's what they want. They need us inside two choices. I think that's what they want. Is that true? Yes. So the whole system wants us, even see the elites and people behind these systems fighting with each other? No. So they keep us fighting so we're just fighting because that keeps them doing what they're doing, making all the money they're making. Yes. That is some low vibration shit going on. Those people are going to stay in the 3D. I'll tell you that right now. And that's not going to be us. So that's cool. We're not going to stay in the 3D. They can keep doing what they're doing. Ain't going to keep sucking us in, though. It's good to know. 20. You guys are probably funny because now I'm saying the numbers and you're like, wait, you missed one. But it's okay. They're all kind of the same now at this point. So I like that one, though. Is the system stronger, actually, when people stay outside of the two choices? Yes. I tricked them. They were saying no, but then they had to switch to yes. 27. Could real change require stepping outside the usual political structure? Yes. Is Bernie trying to do that? I have to now, with this new lens, is Bernie Sanders trying to do that? Yes. Elizabeth Warren? Yes. I have to step outside of this new lens to look at those folks differently now, just to see what's going on. 28. Is there a point where more information stops helping and starts distracting? Yes. 29. Could real independence begin when people stop needing permission to gather? Yes. And we have social media, so what the heck, you guys? Actually, like we literally, if all 68,000 or 64,000 or whatever, I don't know how many people do we have? I think it's 68. No, I think it's 64. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't really look at the numbers that much. But if we all decided to join and go one place, all of us together right here, and do what we want to do, like talk about, like get together in a location that actually does not encourage division, but encourages we the people, that's what we need to do. I mean, all the people who have platforms now, like millions of people, could literally do that. Just saying, we got to be putting our thinking caps on here. They do not want that. They do not want that. And I'll tell you, like, do you guys remember many months ago when we were talking about the Purple Revolution? Do you know how fast that died? That died so fast. Do you guys remember that? The two people who were trying to organize it, one was on the left and one was on the right. And the one who was on the left, he got so slammed. I know the one who was on the right got so slammed. You got to wonder who slammed him. That I think it freaked him out. I think that's what happened. Because they got really stressed. It moved really fast. You guys, we need to ignite that purple revolution. That's what it is. But I even went out and I bought purple thinking we are going to show up now with purple. The No Kings, everybody should have had purple on. Everybody. But they're not going to organize it that way. They don't want, we've got to move this purple. I even have stuff in my shop about hashtag purple revolution. Because I was so motivated at the time and it just dropped. It just dropped. Because that is the last thing they need. And someone's probably listening to this right now. I'm small peanuts. But this is the kind of thing that, it's so hard to tell. The videos that I do like this don't go as far. And it could be that you guys just aren't interested, which is fine. But it also could be that they're not showing. You know what I mean? So these are the kind of videos, and this is not to help our business, but that these are the ones that tend to get suppressed on platforms. So you either have to hype it, the more you comment, the more you watch it, it pushes the algorithm, but I don't know if that still might not help. Because I've noticed all my series where, again, you guys just might not be interested in it, which again is totally fine. But those are the ones that that we're not getting as many views on. And then all of a sudden I'll do one like on spirituality. And again, that may be what people want. But it also could be the algorithm too. So Purple Revolution, you guys. I'm not starting it. I'm not going to coordinate it. I'm too old. I'm too old for that. I don't have the energy. I don't feel like it's my calling. Let's just put it that way. But I do think, I would support it here, but we need to get that purple revolution going again. So if you guys know who I'm talking about, and you can start reaching back out to them to say, yo, let's get moving. Who cares about how you're going to get suppressed or how, we're going to back you. I can at a minimum do that. Reach out to the people, the woman. But if you guys know, if you want to know who it is, you'd have to kind of maybe remember back then. But anyways, if you have any leverage at all or know anybody you can contact about that, Purple Revolution, you guys. Purple Revolution. I think that's where it's at. We got to start wearing purple. We the people. And then other countries, whatever your party colors are, bring it together. Purple and blue make purple. So that's, red and blue make purple. So that's perfect for us. But other countries, if you've got two different colors, what color does it make besides mud, hopefully? That's no fun if it makes mud. I'll take purple any day. So Okay, let me know your thoughts and we'll keep talking. Hope this was helpful. Have a good day. Bye-bye.